Perfect. Can you hear me? Okay. Now we have a special guest live from Japan. We've been hearing we've been hearing different student exchange experiences, and here is Dr. Tadayoshi Kaya. He's going to tell us about his successful student exchange experience that he had with the San Bernardino Tachikawa Sister City Relationship. Dr. Kaya, can you please say hello to the crowd here?
Hello, can you hear me from the other side? I'm on the other side of the world. Can you hear me well? Okay?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Oh, great. Yeah, so can I just start?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Kaya, professor at Gakushuin Women's College, located in Tokyo, Japan. First of all, I'd like to thank all of you for having me as a guest speaker for this session. And I'm deeply honored to share my experience with you this time. I also like to thank Dr. Jeremy for providing me with this opportunity, and Mr. Gracie for preparing this session for today. So now please take a look at my slide. And I'd like to talk about 3 topics today. First, I'd like to talk about the experience as an exchange student. I went to the United States. I went to San Bernardino in 1989. And secondly, I'd like to talk about the influence of my experience on my life and career. And finally, I will talk about the sister city relationships. Okay, so let's get it started. The experience as an exchange student. And this is actually my name card, business card, which I used as an exchange student back in 1989. I was a big student from my city, Japanese city, Tachikawa City, Tokyo, to San Bernardino, California. And it's actually 29 years ago, a long time ago. And I was a visiting student, but at the same time, I was a youth ambassador from my city to Tadayoshi. So you can see me. Can you see me there? Sitting in the black chair. And at that time, I was 16 years old, and now I am 45 years old. So, how first time flies. And these are the students from both cities, 4 students from Japan and 4 students from San Bernardino. And since I went there as a youth ambassador, I had to give some speeches. Actually, I gave 3 speeches, and I still remember I really had a hard time writing up, speech script. But with the help of my host family, I was able to create, great speeches, I guess. Okay, and we also paid official visits to several places. We went to a court, we went to a sheriff's office, and we also went to aviation center, and I still clearly remember the scenery of San Bernardino from this helicopter. We ride on it, actually. It was a great experience. And we also had some educational experience. We went to a science museum in Los Angeles, and we went to some art museums in the same area too. And we went to see an opera, the Phantom of the Opera, and we went to the Chinese theater. And this is actually food of Sylvester Stallone. And he was very popular at the time. He was my hero, and he was famous for his movies like Rambo and Rocky. Oh, sorry. And we had, we had some, cultural, official, educational experiences. But we also had some fun activities. We went to the beach. We went to a lake for water skiing. And we even went to amusement parks. Actually, we went to three different amusements, Raspberry Farm and Magic Mountain. And actually, we spent like 3 days for amusement parks. And we only stayed in the United States for about 30 days. That means 10% of our stay was allocated to amusement parks. That is one of the reasons why I like the United States as a high school student. And as you can see here, the 1 month stay was very precious. And we had various types of experiences. And through these experiences and activities, we were able to create a good relationship with American friends, American families. And through the communication with Americans, we were able to learn English in an effective way. And if it just, these, 1 month's experience was completely different from a regular tour. We were able to learn a lot of things and experience a lot of different through the communication with the people, local people. So next, I'd like to talk about the influence on my life and career. Actually, before going to the United States, I was somewhat introverted. I was like a person who likes mathematics. And I learned to solve math problems only by myself and without communicating with others. I was that kind of person before going to the United States. But after 1 month stay, I became aware of the importance of communication, and I became much more interested in English. Then, after graduating from high school, I decided to go to Sophia University and major in foreign studies. And I also studied English intensively. And I went to the same school, same university for the bachelor program and majored. I specialized in linguistics. And after working for the same university for 2 years as a part-time lecturer, I decided to go to the United States again, to Northern Arizona University, and I obtained my PhD degree in 2006. And after getting my PhD degree, I went to Canada and worked for the Canadian government for about a year. And I came back to Japan in 2007, and I got my permanent job here at Gakushuin Women's College. And I have been working here in this institution. And I just got promoted to professor this April. And these are my contribution to the. These are my contribution to the society, to the Japanese people, and definitely public in the United States. And you can see some books for language teachers and textbooks for high school students and university students. And you can see some prep textbooks for English tests. And for the last 2 years, I have published some textbooks for children, also some high school textbooks for high school textbooks designated by the Japanese government. And as you can see, I feel, a strong connection to the United States. I feel very close after going to the United States for the first time when I was 6 years. I felt, very close to the U.S. Even when I thought about, going to a foreign country to obtain my PhD degree, I didn't think about other countries. I thought about only the United States. So I regard the United States as my second home country. And I still have a lot of American friends, and I still keep in touch with my host family. And my son, our son, who is 14 years old, and he goes through American school here in Japan, and he has been educated in English for the last several years. So, as you can see, my life has been influenced a lot by the experience that I had when I was 16 years old. And let me introduce my friend Nisa. And she was an exchange student in 1989. That's the same year of my stay in the United States. And this message is from her Facebook. And she says, I saw my host mother from Tachikawa, Japan on Saturday. I highly recommend the foreign exchange student experience to anyone who has high schooler who is traveling abroad. I have kept in touch with my host family for 20 years, and my family has visited them several times. Oyasumi nasai, that means good night. So this was posted about 10 years. It was posted in 2009. So I just contacted her last night, and to get permission to use her pictures and message on this slide. And she kindly accepted my offer, and she sent me another screenshot on the right-hand side. And the people box are other people, Japanese family of Nisa, and in the picture below, you can see her, kids, her children. Actually, they are communicating. So the relationship go beyond onto the next generation. So as you can see, I'm not the only one who has a great experience in relationships. Okay, finally, I'd like to talk about the importance of sister city relationship. Yeah, even a short stay, even a 1 month short stay has the power to change people's life entirely. I think I am a very good example of this thing. Exchange programs can connect people from different cultural backgrounds in a very effective way, in a very positive way. And sister city relationships create long-term personal relationships, among people. And as I said before, my son goes to the American culture, and he also, always watches videos and movies created in the United States. Okay, and and I'd like to mention one more thing. And lastly, but certainly not least, I would like to thank Mrs. Press for creating the San Bernardino and Tachikawa City Relationship in 1959. Because without the relationship between the two cities, my life would have been completely different from what is now. So I deeply appreciate her contribution to the sister city relationship. Okay, so this is the end of my presentation. And if you have any questions about the relationships with Japanese cities or Japanese people or Japanese culture, please feel free to contact me to the email address below right here. Okay, I have 2 different email addresses. Okay, thank you very much. And if you have any question, please ask me any question you might have. Thank you.
じゃあ、かや先生、どうも、RJ です。どうも。はい。とても面白かった。どうもありがとうございます。
はい。
はい。
And just at the end here, everybody say goodbye.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Kaya, for getting up so early for us. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Bye.
Okay, thank you very much. And let's see here. Next, we're trying to wrap things up for the end of the day here. I would like to just welcome one of our newest sponsors. HIS International Tours is our platinum sponsor, and I'd just like to welcome the Vice President, Jim Kelly, to say a couple of words. He's also one of our newest Board of Governors members. Right.